The surf lineup is getting crowded more and more each day, especially when the weather is starting to get warmer. In this video, I'm going to talk about the different types of surfers that you're going to meet in the lineup. If I miss any, please let me know in the comments below. The first surfer on my list, the local Grom. Now, you don't see too many of these where I surf in New Jersey because it is cold 8 months out of the year.
8 degrees. Feels like -11.
But in warmer states like Florida and Hawaii, you're going to see a bunch of these guys. And they absolutely shred. They are so good, it's going to piss you off. They're easy to spot out. They got long blonde hair, they're probably homeschooled, and they are in the water 24/7. These kids are going to be super approachable, and they are going to bring the stoke. So if you see a local Grom, make sure you say what's up, and they'll most likely drop in on you. The next surfer on my list is the most respected surfer in the lineup, the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer is going to be 40 plus years old. If you want to get some local knowledge or hear about how great the surf was 20 years ago, these guys are the ones to talk to. If they're not on the dunes drinking a coffee and chatting it up with a local, they'll be riding waves like they're a part of the ocean. These surfers tend to be the most approachable, friendly, and they have the most experience in the water. They're not afraid to paddle out on the big days, and most likely, they have been to more surf trips than we can count to. Talk to them, learn some knowledge, and maybe you'll learn a thing or two from them. Also, let them have priority because they have earned it. The next surfer you might encounter is my favorite, the Super Local. The Super Local is going to park in the same exact spot every single time, and he's going to surf the same exact wave. He tends not to leave his beach, and he even might think he owns the spot. You won't even see this guy for 10 months, but when he shows up, it's pretty much like you're in his backyard, like he owns the water that you're sitting in. This type of surfer is gonna ruin your day. He's the most unapproachable. He'll drop in on you, and your best bet is to steer completely clear of this guy when he shows up. When you spot a super local, let your surfing buddies know. I tend to give these guys a nickname, Sierra Lima. It's time to move to a different beach, or maybe move down the beach a little bit to a different break. It's your best bet, because this guy ain't worth it. The next surfer on my list is the Wavestorm Warrior. This guy is going to be a summer surfer only, or he might just be a beginner. Steer clear of this guy if you see him. The Wavestorm Warrior might be taking pictures of himself on the beach for TikTok or Instagram. He wants to show everyone that he is cool and that, in fact, he is a surfer. He might even ask you to take a picture of him when you get out to prove that he was actually there. He doesn't understand lineups. He doesn't understand drop-in rules. He doesn't understand priorities. He's just gonna do whatever the heck he wants. Now, you can do a few things when you see a Wavestorm Warrior. You can yell at him, you can tell him the rules, you can teach him the rules, or you can just get out of the water and find a different break. The choice is yours. I tend just to get away from him. Just like the super local, it's just not worth it. But don't get him confused with the next surfer I have on my list. All right, the next surfer on my list is the YouTuber, also known as the Ben Gravy wannabe. In my opinion, this guy is going to be the most stoked guy in the lineup. He's going to be the most approachable. And it's a dead giveaway on which one he is because he probably has a GoPro in his mouth, or it might be mounted on top of his surfboard. These guys get called kook a lot, and they receive a ton of hate online. But don't make fun of them too much because they might be actually getting paid to surf. How many people can say that? User-generated content is the fastest growing marketing strategy today. And these guys can use platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok to run ads on their content and strike brand deals. You might even see these guys surf some novelty waves, whether it be punching a crazy gap, surfing a river, or just doing some crazy stuff on a surfboard. They're creative, friendly, and like I said, they're the most approachable in the lineup. So if you do see a Ben Gravy wannabe and you want to chat with somebody or make a new friend, I suggest talking to this surfer. Big shout out to all the Ben Gravy wannabes because they're trying to make their lifestyle into a job. All right, the next surfer on my list is the Weekend Warrior, or the Landlocked Surfer. And I actually used to be one of these guys. It is a tough lifestyle. Big shout out to my best friend, Coach John, because he's a landlocked surfer from Pennsylvania, and he'll trek over on a Wednesday after work just to surf some crappy wave to go right back home in a couple of hours. The dedication for this surfer is next level. He's not very picky, he won't complain, but he might be a little salty at times. So if you meet a landlocked surfer, let this guy catch a couple waves because he traveled pretty far to get to your break. All right, the next surfer on my list is the advanced surfer. These guys are gonna shred 100%. They're super good. They might throw an air, they might throw a cutback, they might smack the lip, but at the same time, these guys are really good. They might be very unapproachable. In some cases, they might even think they own the wave. It gets a little frustrating because if you're not that good and you try to compete with these guys, you won't stand a chance. I would say most surfers fit in this category, and maybe you can learn a thing or two from them. Some will talk to you and some won't. I would say my biggest arguments in the water have been with these guys. They tend to rock a shortboard and they have the latest gear. So if you want to avoid a fight, just try to stay out of their way. All right, here we go. Everyone's favorite, the paddleboarder, AKA the sweeper, AKA the broomstick. This must be the most frustrating surfer to deal with in the lineup. Some people don't even consider this guy a surfer at all. He's gonna sit way out the back. He's gonna catch every single wave. And if he runs into you with that thing, your head is gonna split wide open. Your best bet to deal with these guys is just to move on to a different break, but he might just follow you to that break because they can cover a lot of water. I'm a paddleboarder myself, but when it's a crowded lineup, I would never ride that board. If I'm paddleboarding, I'm going to go away from everybody else, just because it's a lot easier to maneuver that board and to cover a lot of distance. If you find a good method with dealing with these guys, please let me know in the comments below. This brings me to my next surfer, Every Wave Dave. Now this might be a paddleboarder, it might be a longboarder, or it just might be me. I've been called Every Wave Dave so many times. This guy is going to take every single wave. It's going to be really annoying to be near one of these people because most likely he's going to be on a big board, he's going to be sitting out the back, and he's going to catch every single wave before you even think about catching the wave. I'm not really sure how to deal with this surfer because unfortunately I am one myself, so let me know in the comments below. And sorry if I've pissed you off before. Especially at Manasquan Inlet. That is my go-to plan when I surf there. And last but not least, the pro. This guy's gonna have a sticker on the nose of his board. It's gonna be a short board. He's going to be shredding. He's gonna get barreled, 360s, you name it. He is the best surfer in the lineup. And from my experience, these guys are really approachable. 9 times out of 10, these guys are gonna be really stoked that you recognize them, and they tend to be really nice. So if you do see your local pro, go up to him and say hi. Maybe shoot him a follow on Instagram, and stay the heck out of his way, because he's going to be shredding. Let me know in the comments below what type of surfer you are, or let me know which one you hate the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out!